Hello, my name is Braden, and welcome to my self-reflective speech for my public speaking class at Full Sail University. My feelings about public speaking prior to this class were, okay, I have to public speak because I'm a teacher, so I have to get in front of people, 15 to 40 people, sometimes to 100 at a time. So I've gotten over my fears pretty quickly. I don't really volunteer to public speak if it comes up, but if I have to, I'm fine with it. I have had public speaking experience prior to this class. Like I said prior, I am a teacher, so I have to get in front of anywhere from 15 to 40 students at a time and teach the lesson and make sure that they can understand it and we can build on this experience. I've also had jobs where I've project managed, so I've had to get in front of groups of people and lead them on projects. So yes, I have had prior public speaking experience before this class. I do feel comfortable with my communication skills. Whenever I've had to lead a team and I've had to do a speech or I've had to manage a project, in the end we've become successful. At the beginning of my month when I teach, the students sometimes need to be caught up on camera techniques and stuff they've had in previous classes, but by the end of the month I think my communication skills and my understanding that how they learn and my visual presentation and the way my labs run, I feel that by the end of the month they have achieved their goals and are ready to move on for the next class. I do have performance experience. I was in the middle school news team and the high school news team where I did the sports and the weather. My delivery challenge for the first week was that I found out that I didn't like talking to the computer and watching myself. I had a hard time just looking at the camera or looking down at the photo booth. So my week one delivery, I had to practice, I had to get it down, I had to avoid distractions. So that was my delivery challenge for week one. Week two, I got a little bit better about that. I really tried to practice my speech, remember it, that way I wasn't caught looking down at photo booth, which is a program I haven't used. So also with week one, that was a little bit of a learning curve. Week three, I think my pitch and my voice, the way I sat up, I really worked on. And week four, I'm here to try and put all that together. One thing I learned about visual presentations this month was how to take videos offline so that you can use them for your presentations. Before, I've really never had to edit anything other than my own work or videos of my kid, so I've never really followed through on a presentation with getting music, getting pictures, getting videos, B-roll, stuff like that you might need. So that was how I did my visual presentations this month. Presentations before class, like I said, I've only really had to edit maybe a commercial for a car company where I just did some shots and B-roll myself and got some audio offline, but this was the experience of how to get videos online so that way I could put them in my presentation. So I did learn that this month. This month I never really got nervous about my presentations. I wrote out a little script, I rehearsed it, and then I did my presentation. The only thing that's really nerve-wracking is to record yourself speaking into a computer, editing yourself, and then putting it out there for your classmates to give you feedback on. That's probably the most nerve-wracking thing, but the actual speech itself, no nerves at all. The audience response to my presentation was pretty well. I only had really an audience of my instructor and a couple of my classmates, and their feedback was positive. I did written responses to my classmates. My overall goal was to be positive but also be constructive. I think everybody, as far as I saw, the ones that I watched, did a really good job on their presentations. I did spend time practicing my speech. I wrote a little script, I read it as I wrote it, I reread it. I read it a couple times. I'd say once I did my speech to the time I record the videos, once or two, three times a shot, I would say I practiced probably about an hour each presentation. I didn't have any delivery problems with my presentations because I just did multiple takes. If I did have a problem, I would stop and go back and redo that line. As far as technology issues, no. When I got videos and pictures, they were all different sizes. So during my edit, I did have to go in and resize, and that's something I did get positive feedback on, was that my images were all the same size, my video was the same size. I did take time to do that. But as far as technical issues or technical errors, when you go and look at my YouTube videos or any glitches or anything like that, no, I did not have any of that. The project I enjoyed the most was the TED Talks. I liked marine biology at Florida State, where I went to college, so I got to watch a TED Talk on marine biology, but also see how it relates to my class and also my industry, so I enjoyed that. What project did I like the least? To be quite honest, public speaking isn't my favorite thing, so I really didn't have anything negative to say about any of the projects. I felt they were all had their point and had their purpose and learned from each experience. A few things that I did learn from my TED Talks this month was the oceanography issue, how bad the reefs are being damaged and how much conservation is taking place to save those reefs. Another thing I learned about that I did take away from that week's projects was how to open up my presentation or how to open up my speech, how to relate who you are, why you're speaking about this topic, and what you're going to be talking about, all within a couple sentences in your opening. A couple things that I learned from the presenters of this month were how to be engaging, voice reflection, how to be confident in what you're talking about, eye contact, and it's to be a professional presentator and to know what you're talking about. Really don't read off paper, kind of just go from the heart. And if you know what you're talking about, people are there to listen for that, and your message will be received. My biggest delivery challenge overall is facial expressions. I found in a lot of my videos going back, I'm pretty monotone, I'm pretty flat. I don't really show my hands very much, I don't really talk with my hands, but down below here at the bottom, I check my picture, I look at the camera, and I'm talking with my hands underneath, you just can't see. So my overall, be a little bit more animated, I think is probably what I'm going to learn and take away most about from this month. My greatest strength for my presentations was I was able to talk about things that I know. These assignments lend every student to talk about their specific degree, so I talked about filmmaking. So it's something that I have a passion for. It's something I have a lot of experience in. So my greatest attribute for this presentation was I actually knew and I actually studied and I actually was knowledgeable about the topic I was speaking on. So that's what I think my strength was for this month. I would rate my public speaking on a scale from 0 to 5, not really based on how well I speak, but how well I feel that I speak. So I would go right in the middle. I don't think I'm the worst public speaker, but I don't think I am the best. I've seen some presentations lately that I have been blown away, and now I have something to look up to and look forward to and gauge where I'm at to hopefully where I can reach for that 5. And that's what I'm going to take away from this month. I really never really liked public speaking, never really volunteered for it, but you know, I'm not going to be afraid of it anymore. My feelings about my presentation this month overall were pretty positive. I had great feedback. I know what I need to work on. I can see myself improving, and that's a positive thing. So I think this class was a step in the right direction. I want to thank you for watching my self-reflective project, and I want to wish my classmates best of luck in their future endeavors. Thank you.